Grizzlies versus Timberwolves. Now, I know people watching the show have been angsty and waiting for me to talk about this series on this podcast, and trust me, I'm just as excited. The Grizzlies, 56 and 26 second seed versus the Timberwolves,
Cavs
46 and 36 7th seed. The season series was 2-2, and this is kind of like the Nets and Celtics series where it's a 2-7 matchup, but these teams are closer than you think.
Oh my God.
It's closer than you think.
This is not a WCF matchup, Joel.
I never said it was.
Well, you said it's like the Nets and the Celtics.
Well,
I just want to let you
before you
go
I didn't
on
say
that
it was East Coast Finals matchup. I just said that the teams are closer than you think.
Just before you push that agenda, just want to let you know.
The teams are closer than you think.
Not a WCF matchup.
The Grizzlies are great at getting to the paint. They finished first in the NBA and averaged 4 more points than any other team in the NBA at 57.6 points per game. In the fast break, they're great. Averaged 17.7 points per game. First in the NBA in that, and in offensive rebounding. And they average 18 second chance points, which is leading the league by far. Steven Adams has the best offensive rebounding percentage in the NBA. But they're bad at mid-range shooting. They're 26 in field goal percentage. 3-point shooting, they're 17 in three-point shooting. And they're 28th in percentages of the shots that come from three. So this is a team that is very reliant on getting to the paint and getting paint touches. So what that tells me is that if the Timberwolves can limit transition points, if they can limit paint drives and do a great job at trapping or helping to maybe force these kickouts, they can be in pretty good shape. Now, the Timberwolves ranked 28th in transition, which means they weren't great at transition defense, and at defensive rebounding too. They were 28th in that as well. We just saw Karl Anthony Towns have a bad play-in game. I'm not expecting him to shoot well in this series versus Jaren Jackson Jr. and Steven Adams. What I am expecting, he has to be the best goddamn rebounder in this series. I don't care if he shoots 36% from the field. Keep Adams off the boards. Secure defensive rebounds so the Grizzlies don't have multiple opportunities. If he hustles, if he plays hard defensively, if he rebounds great, I'm fine with his splits not looking the best because I think that's what they need to do versus a team like Memphis. They need to play tough. John Moran versus the Wolves this year, averaging 26 and 5, 33% from the field and 15% from three. I mean, Patrick Beverley, really good pesky defender. Jared Vanderbilt, Vando, that's my guy. Good defender as well. Now, the Timberwolves, there's something special about this team. It's brewing. It's in the works. It's like coffee beans that you put in a coffee maker. It's making something hot.
It's like 3 years later.
Something energizing.
Finally.
The caffeine is bubbling. The Timberwolves are roaring. They're ready for action. The first best goddamn offense in the NBA. First in pace, first in offense. D'Lo averaged 30 points per game in the season series. He said, John Moran, you can't guard me. He was doing whatever he wanted in the pick and roll. It didn't matter. He's that good. 2 of Memphis's wins in this season series, one of them, the Wolves had control. They just folded in the fourth quarter, and they struggle with closing out games. Third matchup, the Grizzlies had a great third quarter. A lot of that was in transition. But like I said, if they can limit the transition buckets, if they can still play fast, but also make Memphis play slow in the half court, they have a great shot at upsetting the Memphis Grizzlies. I trust Minnesota more at generating offense. Defensively, they have enough with their guys. Memphis has a depth. But the T-Wolves, baby, they got the stars. They got the swagger. They got Cat. They got Edwards. They got D'Lo. That star power, I think all 3 of them will have big-time series. And the Timberwolves are winning this series in 7 games. Evenly matched teams. Their strength and weaknesses kind of cancel out each other. And the Wolves, I'm telling you, there's something special about this team. Now's your chance right now while you guys make your analysis and your picks to right your wrongs all season, laughing at Minnesota, picking the Clippers to beat Minnesota. You now understand what happens when you pick against the T-Wolves, baby.
They didn't get 5th seed, right?
Make the right choice this time. I'm warning both of you. Make the right choice. Don't disrespect Minnesota because they are coming out victorious in this series.
Jesus Christ. Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is going to be an incredible series. It's going to be very entertaining. You know,
Definitely.
Got a lot of stars. You know, D'Lo, even though he wet the bed last time he was in the playoffs, star. And Edwards, this is his first go around. Excited to see him. Cat. Let's try again. You know, let's see how you do. Steven Adams is a good defender, though. Jaren Jackson is solid, so let's see how you do. But nonetheless, it's going to be – I joke around. But this is going to be a really entertaining scene. This could potentially be the best series in the first round or the second best. A lot of excitement, a lot of high flyers, a lot of flashy players. So this is going to be incredible. I got Memphis in 6, though. You know, I like John Morant being the best player in the series. I like the depth Memphis has. I like the fact that you said they don't like to slow it down, but I've seen them in playing situations in the playoffs slow it down and definitely make timely key buckets. I've seen John Morant and Steven Adams in that pick and roll work that magic. So for me, the X factor for Minnesota is D'Lo. His inconsistency, if he comes up and he's that D'Lo ice in the veins D'Lo, it's definitely going to give Memphis some trouble. But I like Memphis defense. I like the depth. I like the fact that even though John Morant can have a bad game, there's other guys that's like Tyus Jones, Desmond Bane, Kyle Anderson that can step up for you and give you big time possessions and big time minutes. So for me, Memphis being the deeper team, having that one glaring guy that's superstar level, I'm gonna take Memphis in 6. But I think it'll be an entertaining series.
So
and you let Cat off the hook a lot. I don't care about his splits. He needs to play good. He needs to play good.
As long as he plays hard, I'm fine.
We ain't hearing that. He's a superstar.
Another thing you're saying is, which makes sense, yes, because you look at the Grizzlies, they're the best rebounding team in the league. They led the league in rebounds per game. And another interesting stat is Minnesota led the league in points per game offensively. But right there, right behind them at 115.6 points per game, where Minnesota had 115.9, was the Memphis Grizzlies. And you look at their defense, the Grizzlies' defense is better than the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm looking at the Grizzlies, and very similarly to the way that I previewed the Celtics and Nets games, where the Celtics play team-oriented basketball, the Grizzlies are playing some of the best team-oriented basketball in the Western Conference. With John Morant missing games, they don't miss a beat, where Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, these guys step up. Now you add Dylan Brooks back into the lineup. Your best perimeter defender now returns to the team. That's only adding to their defensive presence. I think this is going to be a great series. Minnesota, no disrespect to them, they have great star talent, but star talent doesn't always necessarily translate to winning basketball. I think I'm looking at the Grizzlies, and I think that they're a better all-around team. I'm going with the Grizzlies in 6.
You said Grizzlies in what?
6.
Casuals.
I think it'd be a tough. I think it'd be a really fun series.
But the thing that really disappoints me is that we've gotten to the point where the Grizzlies are becoming underrated.
How so? They're
because the Grizzlies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking you said the Timbs.
No, I understand. No,
I don't think the Grizzlies. People have the Grizzlies after the Suns. The Grizzlies coming out the West.
People are sleeping on the Grizzlies, and them not getting out the first round is just speaking precedent to that fact that people are underrating the Grizzlies.
No, it's because people that are picking Timberwolves to win are the people that watched every single matchup and saw the Timberwolves match up well against them and play them well and made John Morant struggle.
100%. John Morant in his games versus the Timberwolves only averaged 20 points.
And they can
so I'm with you. But they're more than...
It's just something about playoff John that makes me think differently.
No doubt. And they're more than...
You haven't seen playoff Edwards yet, trust me.
Doesn't exist.
Oh, trust me, it's going to happen.
John Morant averaged 30 points against the best defense in the league.
Edwards going to average 35.
It's more than just Ja Morant, this team. That's why I'm looking at the Grizzlies and their depth and the team basketball that they play. I'm going with the Grizzlies.
Timbs are more than just their top guy, too.
The reason why they were able to get past the Clippers was because D'Lo and Anthony went into that zone.
Yeah, their top guy was Cat, though. Supposed to be.
He got locked.
Yeah. And then the two other stars stepped up.
And the big thing
so that's what can happen with Timberwolves.
The big thing that you're saying for Karl-Anthony Towns that he needs to do, the Grizzlies are the best at in terms of rebounding the basketball. So I do have my concerns with that aspect of things. If Cat's going to struggle, which is a possibility,
Cat needs to be that guy.
he needs to
Not
be.
that guy.
No,
but
no,
he
no,
needs
no,
to
no.
be the guy.
I don't think Cat needs to be the leading scorer in the series.
Not
for them
leading
to
scorer,
win.
but he needs to play well, bro. On the offensive end, he needs to play well for them to have.
I think it's
sure.
more important for him to play well defensively than offensively in this series.
He's an offensive machine, bro.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but D'Lo averaged 30 against this team. He has ice in his veins. I'm telling you, Edwards, he's gonna have a big time series. He's gonna have a big time series. He's the Ant-Man. That's who he is. That's who he is.
I'm not saying. Listen, I like Anthony Edwards.
Me too.
And the way you guys just shrugging your shoulders, dismissing
We like
It's not
Memphis.
disrespect.
We like
exactly.
Memphis. I love the experience. I love the top guy. I love his depth. I like the defense. I like the rebounding. I like the way they all play for each other, play together. I love it. And I love the coach.